When looking for the king of podcasts, you're at the wrong channel. Looking for good ideas for life? You are far from good hands. If you think the listener is always right, you are far from the right place. Hosted by a Northeasterner by birth, a rebel by choice. If you want a host that floats between love and madness, then play on and listen to Crazy Train Radio.
What up? Excuse me while I whip this out.
Oh, gnarly!
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes. And good evening, friend.
What's up, Doc?
I'll tell you what's up. Based out of Atlantic City, New Jersey, Geek Time Entertainment runs exclusively along with different events in the area to strategize with their partners who will benefit with increased exposure and patron traffic.
Oh, gnarly!
Geek Time Entertainment will work with your event in increasing the event's traffic via social media, radio, and storefront advertisements.
Holy cow!
Also, they will help increase business for your company and event with different sales incentives.
Duh.
Whether your event will be small or even mid-scale, Geek Time Entertainment is the group to work with.
That's what I'm talking about.
Contact them today at geektimeentertainment@gmail.com or facebook.com/geektimeentertainment.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
With over 30 years of experience and a superb reputation for being a detail-oriented company, Lacey Cleaning has some of the highest work standards in the cleaning business.
That's the fact, Jack!
Whether it's carpet cleaning, tile, grout cleaning, new construction cleanup, rental turnovers, vent and duct cleaning, odor elimination, office and or business cleaning, power washing, residential cleaning, you name it, they do it. Woo! Check them out. To contact them today, laceycleaning@gmail.com or call them at 609-709-8536.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hi, this is Ken Sagos. You're listening to Crazy Train Radio. Let me put it like this here. If you don't call and enjoy this radio station, I will kick your ass all over Dreamland. Alright, folks. This beach-dwelling redneck has southern, sandy texture to him. But definitely you could tell he's an all-around music lover. His new music is You Got Me Every Time. Parker Willingham. How you doing, sir?
Doing just fine. Thank you for having me.
Hey, obviously, no problem at all. So, you know, when I started doing a little homework here, because the 3 or 4 working brain cells, you played a different variety of places, and you're also one step ahead of the game because you played in Switzerland for the past several years. So,
yes, sir.
What can you tell us, and people, if you want to follow him, Parker Willingham music at Twitter, you'll find it on Facebook, you'll get all the links, so check it out. But what do you think traveling internationally to bring your music and come back to the States with those educations, that education does for you?
Well, I will say the first thing that I realized when I went over there is that they don't have live music so much, I would say, as we do in Nashville. I think a lot of people don't realize that Nashville's kind of spoiled when it comes to live music. And it was just, it kind of blew my mind to see their faces. Like almost thousands of people a day for this last time that I went would show up, and they would shuffle in and they would shuffle out. And the guy that was working the bar told me, he's like, man, it's so funny, no one will buy drinks when you're singing because they're just all staring and watching and enjoying it. And it also goes to show me that people love good music even if they don't understand the language you're singing it in.
Okay.
It's just one of those things that's surreal in a sense that you can't find anything to replace that. And it's fun to go over there and come back to Nashville just because I get to, I get the preference on the diversity and everything, and also the crowd's different, so you learn.
Yeah, it gives you lessons in, say, stage presence or stuff, would you say?
Hey, excuse me, sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said that would kind of bring you education in stage presence and everything else but the language that they might not understand.
Yeah, and that's kind of the beautiful thing about it is that most of them over there do know English. They're even bi and trilingual. So, but I will say this: if it wasn't for Switzerland, I would have never learned how to sing a Swiss German song. So I have a Swiss German song on my repertoire.
Always good to have, because you never know the company you'll be with, so it's good to have that in the back pocket for sure.
But man, it's
I
amazing.
was just saying, it's definitely amazing. So you're with Apple Road Music Group.
Yes, sir.
How influential and how much backing is Apple Road giving you in terms of with the new music that's out now?
Man, they're a huge influence for me. I had a lot of people when I first moved to Nashville. They gave me advice and stuff like that, and I'm always down for advice. Good. How do I say this the right way? I guess constructive criticism is always welcome. But Apple Row, they kind of put their faith in me, and we put our faith in each other in the sense that we both believed in what we were doing, and we wanted to help each other out just for the love of music, and they know what they're doing, man. They're based in Niceville, Florida. Kate and Paula, two of my favorite people. They're really good people, and I've always been a guy who kind of goes by the guideline: surround yourself with good people, and so that's what I was trying to do, and they've done nothing but help me ever since we started working together, and I can't thank them enough. So, and I'm also excited. We're planning on working on another album together, so I'm excited about that.
But obviously, we want to sell. You get me every time. We want to sell platinum amount of copies too. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Help them out on that part. But it's interesting because you've been in Nashville, give or take 6 years.
Yes.
And it just, so many people that we know through the show in other venues and walks of life. It's amazing how much different the economy is moving into Nashville, especially within the entertainment industry, whether it's actors and actresses or comedians or musicians. Is there a different taste there with all this? Like, Nashville was always known for the country music, but lately I've noticed in both the different folks,
and
all this different moving into Nashville there.
Yeah, I completely was amazed by that, and I'm still amazed that sometimes I'll play downtown or somewhere around, and and people will ask me, hey, this is my first time to Nashville. I want to make a song request, but I don't really like country. And it always makes me laugh because, yes, Nashville was born country and will always be a legendary country town, but I feel like it's named Music City for a whole other reason. I mean, I've always been a believer that good music is good music. It doesn't matter what the genre is. But I find it funny when people say that they don't like country music and they're not sure what to request. I'm like, you don't have to request something country. I mean, I try my best to know as many songs as I possibly can. And not only does that help with my crowd, it also helps with my writing and my music and how I want to write things differently. Like maybe I want to write something bluesy one day versus write something more poppy, or maybe I want to go classic, completely full on classic country. And the stuff that I see that as.
Yeah, and it's funny because I knew you grew up in the Florida Panhandle with country roots, but down in the Panhandle area of Florida, in that whole region, you get so much rock, you get blues, you get reggae influences, and you can tell that with your music. So,
yeah.
It's definitely an education on that front. Like, even though you weren't looking at it as an education at the time, but just that regional influence.
That's actually the best way I've ever heard it put. Now, I've never actually looked at it like that, but I think I'm going to steal that one from you and just tell people that being in the music industry is an education. And I mean, and you wouldn't think, man, it's Niceville, Florida, where I'm from, and Destin and all that they call it the Redneck Riviera for a reason. I mean, it's basically the lower part of Alabama, but you're right, with that beach there, we get a very strong reggae vibe. And that's another thing. I've always had the idea to write a whole album and every song be different. Have a rock song, have a country song, have a reggae song, just to see, how it would sound and to experiment. And that's what I think is important with music is there's really no rules when it comes to writing a song.
Exactly, and everybody finds their style with that. And it's interesting because, like I said, in that Panhandle region, of Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, New Orleans, if you go that far west, on I-10, anybody you talk to from that region, whether they're involved with music or not, you hear a lot of the same names, such as James Bay, Eagles, George Strait, Glenn Sticks, just all these different styles of music who leave an impact with people. So,
and that's the key, man. People don't realize it either, that music is not so much about them as it is about other people, the fans. And I say that meaning, fans coming to the show is important for a musician, not only financially, which is not what I want to bring up, but my biggest thing is that the people are the ones you want to relate to. Write a song that you feel strongly about, but write it in a way so that other people can kind of relate to it. And something simple. Like that's why George Strait in my book is the king, because all of his songs were they were completely simple, but they were so simple that everyone could relate. A love song or a hardship or some kind of ballad like that. He always wrote it to where it didn't matter who you were, you could kind of feel what he was feeling, and that's extremely important, I believe.
Hey, and you're not the only one that called George the King, but he's earned that reputation for a reason, like you said there. So.
And what about you, man? What would be some of your favorite musical influences?
Wow. If we're going to throw this on me there for a second, I definitely have to say I'm a Garth guy, grew up on the Eagles, grew up on some George Strait the King as well. I grew up on Southern rock like Dirty Special and Skinner, and don't forget, and this might surprise a lot of people, and hence I'm called an old head for it. There's a lot of doo-wop and Elvis involved in my eclectic taste. So, I'm the same way. I'm from the Northeast, and there's a lot of different variations there. So, but again, it gave me such an education, not only as a music fan, but just in so many different ways to have those influences. So.
Oh man, I'm glad to hear you say that. I think I'm hoping one day, I look back now at all the music that my folks listened to and my grandparents listened to, and I still think that's good music, and I wonder if it's going to be like that with some of the music that's coming out today. Like when I'm getting older, I wonder if if the songs we're listening to right now that are popular, if I'm going to look back and be like, kids, this song was extremely popular back when I was a young whippersnapper, whatever you want to say, man. I just think it's going to be funny to see the turnout. But good music lasts to me, and I just think that if that's what really strikes me and catches my attention, then that's what I want to put out there. So I do my best, man.
I ask that same question all the time, Parker. I'm not going to lie. That, with some of today's artists, and I'm not knocking the artists themselves, because whatever is hot and whatever is working for them, apparently, great. But 10, 20, 50 years from now, are people going to be talking to them like they talk about Elvis or the Beatles or Strait, the Eagles, or Smokey Robinson? Are they going to be, just these different folks who have made a lasting impression? Is it going to have, are the current crop of talent going to have that lasting impression? There's a few, without throwing it, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but there's a few that I could see leaving that impact, but the question is how many will actually leave that impact?
Yeah. Hold on, man. Actually, I just walked inside my buddy, and my buddy's writing a song, so I just grab my headphones so I can hear you a little bit better. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, folks, it's Parker Willingham Music. Find him on Twitter and Facebook, and get the new album. Parker, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I hope you have a good day, man, and hopefully we can do this again.
Not all football helmets are created equal. Zenith, the industry leader in protective technology, is the only helmet in the game with adaptive head protection featuring a shock suspension system that can move independently from the helmet shell. Headquartered and developed in Detroit, Zenith is committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. Zenith is proud to protect athletes at every level from Pee Wee to the pros. Learn more about the Zenith difference at